Men, let me ask you a serious question. Do you want to be like every other guy, ordinary, overlooked, and replaceable? Or do you want to step into the top 1% of men? The kind of man women never say no to, the kind of man other men respect, and the kind of man who builds a life on his terms. Most men will never get there. They'll spend their lives chasing women, begging for attention, or settling for scraps, while the top 1% they don't chase, they attract. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what makes those men different and how YOU can step into that category. Stay with me until the end, because once you understand these truths, you'll realize that women don't say no to top-tier men, not because of tricks, not because of fake games, but because of who they've built themselves to be. Here's the reality most men don't want to hear. Women aren't rejecting you because you're not good looking enough or tall enough or rich enough. They're rejecting you because you're ordinary. Think about it. Most men are doing the exact same things. They scroll social media all day. They waste hours on video games or Netflix. They wait for opportunities instead of creating them. And when it comes to women, they beg for attention instead of commanding it. That's the average man. And women, especially high-value women, are not built to settle for average. They are biologically wired to want the man who stands out from the pack, the man who has options, the man who radiates strength and direction. So the question is not, why don't women like me? The question is, how do I become the kind of man women can't resist? And that's where the top 1% mindset begins. Let's start with the foundation: confidence. Now, I'm not talking about fake confidence or that over-the-top arrogance you see on social media. I'm talking about real, unshakable confidence, the kind that doesn't need validation from anyone. Picture this: a man walks into a room. He's not the loudest, he's not even the best dressed. But something about him makes people notice. His posture, his eye contact, his energy. It all communicates one thing: I know who I am, and I don't need your approval. That's unshakable confidence. And women, they feel it instantly. Why? Because confidence signals survival, strength, and leadership. It's primal. A confident man makes her feel safe, secure, and inspired. But here's the secret: confidence doesn't come from women, money, or looks. It comes from keeping the promises you make to yourself. When you say you'll hit the gym and you do, it builds confidence. When you say you'll learn a skill and master it, it builds confidence. When you say you'll chase your goals and stick to it, it builds confidence. Confidence is built in private and revealed in public. Next, let's talk about lifestyle. You can say all the right things, have the smoothest lines, and look sharp on the outside. But if your life doesn't reflect value, women won't stick around. Here's the truth: top 1% men don't just tell women they're valuable. They show it through the lives they've built. Ask yourself, if a woman stepped into your world right now, would she feel excited? Would she feel like your life is a story she wants to be part of? Or would she feel like nothing's happening, nothing's growing, nothing's inspiring? High-value men live with ambition. They chase purpose, not people. They wake up with direction, they invest in themselves, and they build a future that's bigger than just getting the girl. And here's the paradox: when your life is rich with purpose, women naturally want to join it. She doesn't fall for your compliments. She falls for the man who's creating a life worth living. So the question becomes, are you building a life that pulls women in? Or are you expecting women to be the purpose of your life? Now, this one is massive. The top 1% of men are emotionally unshakable. Think about how most men react when life throws a challenge at them. They panic, they get angry, they lose control. And women, they see that weakness instantly. But the top 1%, they stay calm in chaos. They don't let emotions dictate their actions. They control their state, their tone, their reactions. And here's something you need to understand: women test men emotionally. Sometimes consciously, sometimes unconsciously. They push your buttons not because they're cruel, but because they want to feel your strength. If you fold, complain, or lash out, you fail the test. But if you stay grounded, composed, and firm, you pass. Emotional control is leadership. It's what makes a woman trust you, follow you, and respect you. Remember, if she can move you with her emotions, she can't feel safe with you. Now let's talk about charisma. Charisma is not about being the loudest guy in the room, cracking endless jokes, or being the life of the party. Charisma is about presence. It's about making people feel seen, valued, and understood. The top 1% of men know how to influence others, not with manipulation, but with genuine connection. They tell stories that captivate, they listen actively, and they radiate energy that makes people want to be around them. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who makes you feel like you're the only person in the room when they talk to you? That's charisma. And women, they melt in front of a man with true charisma. Because charisma is rare, it's magnetic. It's not about having the perfect lines. It's about making her feel. Finally, the masculine edge. This is the one that separates boys from men. The top 1% embrace masculine polarity. They lean fully into their masculine energy instead of hiding from it. What does that look like? It looks like decisiveness. It looks like leading with clarity. It looks like not hesitating when it's time to take action. Women crave this energy because it allows them to relax into their feminine. When you stand strong in your masculine frame, she feels safe to be soft, playful, and open. But when you hesitate, doubt yourself, or constantly look to her for direction, she can't feel that polarity. And without polarity, attraction dies. So remember this, she doesn't want you to be perfect. She wants you to be grounded, decisive, and strong. That's the masculine edge. Now, let's tie it all together. The top 1% of men don't get there by luck. They don't get there by waiting. They build themselves into it. They stack habits, discipline, and consistency until they become undeniable. They're not worried about women rejecting them because women are the ones chasing them, and you have the choice. You can stay ordinary, blending in with the crowd, hoping for scraps, or you can decide today to step into greatness, to master confidence, to build a high-value life, to control your emotions, to radiate charisma, to embody masculine strength. That's the formula. That's how you rise into the top 1%. So let me ask you, are you ready to become that man? The man other men respect. The man women never say no to. The man who lives on his own terms. If your answer is yes, then your journey starts now. Because at the end of the day, women don't choose men for what they say, they choose men for who they are. And once you build yourself into that top 1%, you'll never have to chase again.